And now, live from C Nation Studios at Irwin Academy, it's the C Nation Podcast Show.
Hey guys, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Mr. C in the place to be. C Nation Studios at Irwin Academy. And it is time, as I'm sure you've all read, the different Google Classrooms, because now I have them separated by grade level. 4th grade music, 5th grade music, 6th grade music. We have what's called a DAW, a DAW. Alright? And what this is it's actually a type of recording software and engineering software that we use to make and create music. We have a free one called BandLab. We're going to be using this year, and it's going to make things a lot better than I had originally planned to do. Shout out to my LKR music teacher community. Thank you guys for helping me out, Mr. Cool and David out there. If you ever see this, thank you guys. We are going to be using BandLab, and I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial on how to use this cool software right on your Chromebooks from home. Okay, let me talk about what BandLab is first. Okay, a DAW is a type of recording software like I had said before. I use a different recording software here at C Nation Studios. I use GarageBand, which comes free on any type of Apple device, iPhone, iPad, iMac. So if you have some of those Apple devices at home, you can go to the App Store right now and download GarageBand for free, okay? It's really cool. It's very easy to use, and depending on what you want to do with it, you can learn a lot of different things that are more complicated, and a lot of them carry over into different recording softwares, okay? For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about still, if you're a 4th grader and you're lost, don't trip, potato chip, all right? You're going to be able to make beats. You're going to be able to make rap beats, hip-hop beats, rock beats, country beats, beats, tasty beats. All right? You're going to be serving up a batch of tasty beats. You're going to have fun, okay? Don't worry. And whenever we come back to school face-to-face, you have a lot of fun using BandLab and you want to learn more, well, you can get involved in our recording studio where you can create your own songs, record other students, be a part of the podcast group. Like, there's a lot of cool opportunities. And I'm very happy that we are able to use this software during our distance learning, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how to use this. I'm going to show you guys how to submit assignments because, yes, just because we're music class doesn't mean you don't get homework. You get homework. Oh, I don't want to do it. Okay, don't do it. But you're not going to be happy with the result, okay? Sorry. I will assign work to you, and your 4th graders, 5th graders, 6th graders, you're big boys and big girls now. Okay, it's up to you to decide if you want to do the work or not do the work. What do I suggest? I suggest you do the work because I'm not going to give you some boring stuff like I had originally planned. Okay, we are still going to be learning theory, but the cool thing is now you're going to put it into practice using this recording program, using this recording software, using the DAW. D-A-W. And I'm sure it's backwards now because every time I record, everything comes backwards. So anyways, you're going to be able to practice this, and you don't need an instrument. If you have an instrument still from last school year, well, you can still use it, and you can record yourself. If you still have an instrument, then you're probably a 5th grader or 6th grader, and if you participated in online learning in March to June, we used a program called SoundLab. This is almost the same thing. It works the same way. GarageBand, SoundLab, BandLab, they all, Soundtrap, sorry. They all work the same way, all right? So, without further ado, hopefully everything works out fine. I am going to be switching over, because I actually have 3 computers in front of me right now. I'm going to be switching over. I'm going to be going to a different screen, and you're going to see how a student would work with BandLab, okay? So, here we go. All right, so let's see, is it working? It is working. Okay, this is your class in BandLab. See, I'm getting them all mixed up now, okay? There's me right here. Okay, you can see my arrow. And I will put assignments out here for you. Now, in order for you to turn in an assignment, it has test class, about, this is only a test. Yours is not going to be called test class, okay? If you're a fourth grader, it'll be called, fourth grade music or whatever. All right? So, whenever you have assignment, it says new assignment right here, and you just click that. It'll take you to a menu. It'll tell you what to do. I didn't put anything in this message, okay? But it'll say, I don't know, music assignment number 1 and the date, or it'll say, let's learn about something. And I will give you the instructions right here in the description, okay? So you just read the instructions, click view assignment, okay? I already submitted this before, but when you are ready to do an assignment, it'll be something different. Let's see if I can go back. Let's see, assignments, and I'm going to, I can't delete it. Okay, I already submitted it, and I can change that easily. I can do that from my end. All right, let's see, submitted. Let me just go back, and I'll just delete it. That way you can see it from brand new, okay? Let's go, mouse, get to work. I should be able to remove it. Nope, okay. Return to student. Yeah. I'm just doing teacher stuff on this side, so don't worry. Can I delete it now? I'm still learning how to use all this, guys, so bear with me. Bear with me. All right. Cool. We're back. A dinosaur story. So, we are back here on this screen. Let's see what we got. New assignment. View assignment. Ooh, returned. What does that mean? Can I resubmit it? View assignment. All right. Anyways, we'll just open it. If it says, it'll say something like open mix or blah, blah, blah. Actually, forget that. I know what I can do. So, classroom, right? We're here. Mr. C is going to create a new assignment, and it's going to be called, hey, I know you can't see anything right now. I'm doing it all here. Do your work. Publish assignment. And I will tell you to do different things like create a drum track or use quarter notes in a song, stuff like that. All right, so like if you don't know what any of this is, don't worry. There's going to be videos. We're going to be learning a lot about this on Zoom. Like, I got you covered. Don't freak out. Don't worry. So now you can see we got a new assignment. It says, hey, made just now. Do your work. So when you guys are ready, sorry. Our studio mouse is not working very well, and I want to make sure that I'm looking at the screen and doing what I want to do at the same time. All right, so now that we're back and we're back focused, right here, new assignment. Okay, when you come up to BandLab and I put assignment, my lights turned off like they always do. Okay, it's going to look just like this. All right, there's me. There's me. It says, hey, do your work. Hey would be the name of the assignment. Right there where it says do your work, this is all the instructions you need. Read the instructions carefully, okay? If you need any help, message me in Google Classroom, message me on Remind, message me on Dojo, message me here, okay? If you need help, all right? So let's click Start Assignment and see what happens, okay? Choose where to start. You can do the teacher's assignment, which you should get done, or you can do a personal project where if you just want to have fun and make something on your own time, on your asynchronous time, I heard that word before, you can. Because why? Because this is practice. This is practicing. You're familiarizing yourself with an electronic instrument. You're familiarizing yourself with a DAW software recording program, which does apply to what we do here at school in music, okay? And you're learning about the program. You're learning how to do more complicated ideas, combining different sounds, creating more complicated rhythms and syncopated patterns. I can go on with all this fancy vocabulary that you probably don't care about, okay? But yes, during practice time, you can create a personal project, okay? During your async time. You can also do your assignment because it still counts. So let's click Teacher's Assignment. Now what's going to happen is the recording software is going to open up. Cool. This is where we get started. Now you have a choice, okay? When you're creating a new project, It says, okay, well, we got a new project. You need what's called tracks. What type of track do you want to create? Now, here's the cool thing, okay? If you have downloaded music onto your computer, your device, your phone, your Chromebook, which you shouldn't have anything on your Chromebook, you can actually add it on here and add instruments to whatever song. So that's pretty cool, okay? That's what this button is for, import audio and MIDI. You can browse loops. We will get to that later, okay? I'm not going to do the loops on here because there's another way to do it I'll show you, but you can definitely do it right here also, okay? If you have some way of connecting a piano, a guitar, a bass to your computer, because there are fancy cables. One of them looks like it has a plug on this side, and the other side it has a USB plug, which I should be able to grab a USB if you give me a second. Okay, there's cables out there. I don't have any. I do have some here at the school, but I'm not giving them out, okay? There's cables out there that have this on one end and this on another end, okay? It's called a MIDI instrument cable. You can plug this side. If you choose to buy one, you can do this on your own, okay? I don't have anything to supply you guys with. If your family is cool with, if you have a guitar, maybe your cousin or your parents or somebody has a guitar, an electric guitar at your house, and they're willing to let you use it, or if you're a 5th grader and a 4th grader and you still have an electric instrument like a guitar or a bass, if you buy one of these cables online, they're not expensive at all, okay? It has a USB to instrument cable. You can plug this into your guitar or bass or piano, plug this into your Chromebook, and this software will pick up the instrument and you can record it, okay? Now, there's another way to do it without the cable, but it is not ideal because it's using the Chromebook microphone. Okay, Mr. C, why isn't that really a good idea? Because any noise in the background will pick up on your Chromebook mic. Okay, if you're going to be recording an instrument or singing and recording it, you probably want to go to a quiet space if possible. Okay, if you can go inside a car and close the doors, that would really help because it'll be quiet. If you have a quiet room, a quiet space in your house, do that too. If it's super quiet outside or you don't mind the background noise, then just go for it. Go outside, whatever. Okay. The only bad thing is a guitar and a bass and piano. You can edit the sounds on this program and make them sound even cooler if you use the cable because you don't want that background noise when you're adding effects, okay? So anyways, let's get started. Let's do something simple like, see how these green ones say MIDI, M-I-D-I? That is a computer-generated electronic instrument, okay? You have a drum machine and you have what it says instruments. You can use your keyboard to connect via MIDI to play virtual instruments. Okay, you can use your keyboard to play a piano. All right, this kind of cable that I was telling you about, it converts your instrument signal to a MIDI signal. A MIDI signal is like an electronic instrument that a computer can read and generate, and it turns your instrument signal to a computer signal. It transforms it. All right, so let's just start something simple. Oh, you can do voice or microphone. If you don't have an instrument plug, see, it even says it right here, plug in a guitar to use BandLab as an amp. Plug in a bass to use BandLab as an amp. If you have that special cable, you can do that, okay? Or if you have some other way to connect an instrument to your computer, this would be cool. If not, you can record your guitar, whatever you have, your flute, your saxophone, your voice, with this mic. Capture your voice or any sound using that mic. For now, just for fun, we're going to do instruments right here. I'm going to click it. Okay? Now it's going to create a track. Right here, you have tracks. How do I know it's called tracks? Well, because I know what I'm talking about. Plus, it says add track right here. All these things are different tracks. Let's hit add track. There you go. Wow, you got this menu again. Okay? I don't want to add another one yet, so I just clicked off to the side. So, what you see right here, let's assignment brief. Let's close that. Okay. We are looking at this menu that you guys are going to see too. What I see is a little bit different, but I also have access to this DAW, this recording software, okay? The name of the assignment is called Hey. Okay, you can change it if you want. If you choose to change it, don't delete everything. Just add your name to it, okay? Don't, hey. Hey. Is it not working? I guess I can't change on here. That's good to know. Right here, you have the master volume. This is how loud everything is going to be. Okay? Once you create a track, you'll be able to save. This I'm not sure, because when I was messing with this yesterday, I'm not sure if it automatically saves. So save your work constantly, okay? If your computer dies and you did a whole bunch of work and you didn't save it, well, then you got to start all over. You don't want that to happen, okay? When you're ready, when your assignment is done, when you've created what you need to create, you're going to hit submit and it'll turn it in for you automatically, okay? All right, Mr. C, this looks pretty cool. How do I use it? Whenever you want to record something, see, there's a record button right here, okay? You have this go to the end, go to the beginning, and with play. The most controls out of all this you're going to use a lot is record, play, and go to the beginning. You're probably not going to use this one a lot, all right? Right here, this is your loop or cycle, okay? See this red bar right here? When you hit this button, it changes color. When you hit it, it turns again. It goes back to the normal color. What this is if I play, let's put the cycle on. If I play, all right, you don't hear anything right now, obviously, okay? But it's going to, instead of going to 5 and 6 and 7, it's going to repeat. It's going to start over. And it's going to keep going all the way until you stop it, okay? That'll help when you really want to analyze a certain part. Now, all these numbers, okay, they're called bars. Another name is measures, okay? You have measure 1, measure 2. My horn players, you've heard measure more than you've heard bar. But bar and measure are the same thing. Okay, here's bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4, or measure 1, measure 2, measure 3, measure 4. These little lines inside, if you can see, they represent the counting. 1, and you can see it right here, actually. So let me start over, okay? Check this out. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, no, okay, this is second. Let's see. There we go, beats and measures. See how I changed that? If you click right here, minutes and seconds, you can see how long your song actually is. If you click it, you could change it to beats and measures. Bar 1, beat 1. Okay? 2, 3, 4, measure 2, 2, 3, 4, measure 3, 2, 3, 4, measure 4, 2, 3, 4, bar 5, 2, 3, 4, bar 6. You see that? Okay, it's counting. We do a lot of that in drumline, a lot of it in drumline. Band, we do it all the time, but we don't do it counting out loud. Mostly just do it in our heads, okay? Key right here. What key is your song in? If you're watching some of the advanced videos that I did during the week, this is where key signature matters. What key is your song in? We'll learn more about that later. If you want to mess with it, go ahead. Is key important? Yes. Why? Because the key of your song is going to change how your loops sound, okay? Now, if you want to check out the loops right now and have fun, it's all down here on the bottom, okay? You have your assignment. That's going to tell you all the information about your assignment, okay? Click it again and turn off. Lyrics and notes. You can add any type of note you want about your song or your assignment. You can, for my student Badoof out there, okay? I know you love singing. Well, you can write lyrics right here. And I know I have plenty of you guys out there that, I cannot spell today. My computer screen locked. You love singing. You can write your lyrics right here, okay? Now, understand something. Everything you write here, I can see too, okay? So don't be shy. You're like, oh my gosh, Mr. C's going to see the song. I don't want to write it. Please, okay? I am sarcastic. I am a little mean, but I'm not going to judge you for a song that you want to write. Ask any of my previous students, okay? In music, we are not judgmental. We will critique each other. We will criticize each other, and criticize is not a bad word. Criticize is very helpful, okay? It's like, oh, I really like this, but I think this part should be different. We are never negative in music, okay? So if you want to write a song, feel free to write it here. I would love to see it. If you want to know what I think about it, ask me and I'll tell you. If not, I'll just be like, oh, wow, this is cool. Okay? Like, I'd love to see it. I think it's awesome. You guys writing your own songs right now and stuff like that, go for it. Okay? I'll read it. If you want my critique, if you want my criticism, I will gladly tell you. If not, I'll read it. That's it. Okay? And no other student can see this. Just you and I. Okay? So don't think that, I don't know, some mean kid in your class that you've had before is going to come see this and be like, No, it don't work that way, okay? So don't worry. All right. Loops. This is where you find all your beats. Loops are pre-recorded sounds that you can use to help develop your song or that you can use to just create a song. These are already made. You can actually make your own loops too, okay? Collaborators. If you want to invite some of your friends to work on a song, you can do it here, I believe. I haven't really gotten too into it yet. You can message me directly about your song here, as you can see on the screen. Okay. There's a way to add people, add friends, so you can collaborate and work with other people. If I come across it, I'll show you. If not, I'm not really sure how yet. Okay. MIDI mappings. This is if you have a MIDI instrument. Don't worry about MIDI mappings yet. Okay. All right. Moving on. Right here at the bottom, you can see we have an instrument. What is it? It's a piano. It's actually a keyboard, a board with keys. But when we play these different notes, and as you can see, there's letters on these keys. It doesn't mean we have a Z note and an X and a C. No, that C is actually an E, just so you know. But what this means is if you push that letter on your keyboard, on your Chromebook, if I push the Z right now, it should play, but it didn't. Why not? There we go. Oh, that's why, because my Bluetooth is connected to my speaker. Let me disconnect it. Okay, now we should hear it better. Okay. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can. Okay, if I push Z on my keyboard, there we go. If you push the letter Z, it's going to push this key. Or you can click it. It's a lot easier and a lot faster to use your keyboard instead of the mouse. Okay? Have fun with that. That's fun. That's cool to do. Okay? Some important things. Oh, I was using the wrong mouse. About this. Octave. Okay? The higher this number is on octave, the higher the pitch is going to be. We are at 2. If we add another octave, my sound changes. I'm going to keep pushing on the keyboard and I'm going to change the octave. Okay? And then there's a limit. You can't push these keys. Okay? Okay, that's as low as we can go, is to 1, okay? Sustain. This up arrow means your shift key. If you hold shift, see, I push my shift key on my keyboard, that pushes a sustain button. When something sustains, it rings out. Okay, it fades out on its own. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to push Z. I'm holding shift still. If I let go of the shift, it'll die out. Watch. Okay? So you can hold shift the entire time and it'll just ring out and die out on its own, okay? C. What does this mean? This is probably the tuning of the instrument. What if I do C sharp? Oh, okay. I know what this is. That's cool. This will help you develop chords. Don't worry about that yet. If you feel like you want to mess with it, go for it. Okay? Matter of fact, if you decide to mess with the key of the instrument and right here, minor second, perfect unison, diminished triad and stuff like that, if you do it, leave a comment on this YouTube video and tell me what you did and tell me what you thought, okay? Pitch. Let's click it. There you go. You click pitch, it tells you the name of the notes, the actual keyboard notes, okay? Now, this might help you, this might not. It might be easier for you to see the actual keys from the keyboard because then you know what you're playing. But when you get used to this and you don't need it anymore, click the pitch button on. That way you can learn the notes of the keyboard. Okay? That's really good. I'm really glad that we see this. And I didn't know. I've messed with this program a little bit, but I haven't really gotten in depth like we're doing right now. Okay? So now, let's look over here to the right. You have the volume. This is the volume of this piano instrument that you have. You can increase it or decrease it. Pan, that is not bread. Okay? It's actually pan. What that means is panning the sound. So you can see L and R. That stands for the left side or the right side. You can make this instrument only come out of the left speaker by moving it down, or only come out of the right speaker. Usually whenever you see it, it'll always be right in the center at 0. Okay? Now you also have these controls right over here on the left. Okay? Right where it says instrument, left and right. Reverb. Reverb is the amount of presence that you're going to have on the instrument. Not really echo, but that ringing out sound. Okay, so let's hear. I'm going to increase the reverb all the way now. Hear the difference? Okay. When you want to know how something works, the best way is to turn it all the way off and then turn it all the way on and then listen to it. Okay. Over here on the bottom left, instrument. This is where you can change that piano. You could change it to percussion. You still have a keyboard, but now the sound is different. Okay, I'm going to use the keyboard now. Check it out. There you go. My drummers. That's how you can practice drumming. Why? Because we're more worried about rhythm and syncopation and timing right now than we are of actually getting the instrument down. Okay, I did I haven't done that yet. So we're gonna get more for those of you that want to play the actual drums. This is a good place to start. Then I'm gonna do a video Zoom lesson when we start our Zooms next week, showing you how to actually start practicing the drum set at home without a drum set. Okay, it's called the body drum set. We'll get into that later though. Okay, general MIDI percussion, Glockenspiel. You can change the type of percussion. Okay, so this is just the type of instrument. This second one is actually the type of instrument. If we go back to piano, now we got grand piano right here. What other type of pianos we got? We got a honky-tonk piano, Rhodes, a rock organ. We got organs, vibraphones, pianos. We even have an accordion under the second drop-down menu. Let's try an accordion. Do some mariachi. Okay. There you go. All right. Check all these different instruments out. What else we got? Strings, synthesizer bass, synthesizer keys, leads, pads, voices. Ooh, let's do voices. Lush voices. Let's increase the octave. There you go. That's pretty cool. All right, what else we got? What else do we got? Am I still recording? I'm still good? Yeah, we're still recording. Spacebot, synth. Let's try synth. That's cool. See, I need to calm down because I'm having too much fun. MIDI device right here. If you have that cable that I was talking about plugging in, it'll show up right here. That way you can use, like, if you get a piano, if you have a keyboard at home, and you have a way to connect to your keyboard, it'll show up right here. Okay, it just shows you what device you're using. No MIDI device. Okay, that just means you're using your keyboard on your Chromebook. Okay. All right, what else we got? These are just instruments. If I close this, I can do full screen. Okay. These are all different synths that you can change. It kind of just changes the menu. That's all it is. Okay, your classic chamber. Oh, these are actually the different effects. Sorry about that. You can close it or you can minimize it back how it was. Okay. Effects. This is cool. This does not change the instrument, but it adds different effects to it. Some of these effects are already here and already built into the type of instrument you have, but you can add more effects to it. Okay. Let's see. I'm just scrolling over sideways. You have a bar right here to move sideways. Add effect. Bam. What type of effect do you want? There's so many different choices. Modulation changes the way that the sound sounds, I guess. Okay, you have like chorus, you have phaser. Phaser's like, let's do auto wah. Okay, like wow, 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 wow. Okay, mess with these controls. Everything does something different. I'm not going to go into every single one. Increase the depth. The depth is how much wah you got. Okay, have fun with these. You want to get rid of an effect? Click the X. You don't want to get rid of an effect, but you just want the sound to turn off? Hit the power button. Now I have no more wah. Turn it back on. Okay, there you go. Get rid of it. X. Cool. All right. Let's see what else. Let's go into MIDI editor. Right here, when you record, you have the little keyboard on the side. When you record from your keyboard onto this menu, little bars are going to show up. There used to be I don't know if I can. Oh, there we go. Try pushing the control button or the alt button on your keyboard. For me, I'm using a Mac, so I have the control. Okay, look I created the sound. Bam, it instantly did it. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to explain hotkeys in a minute, but I'm going to say that for last. Okay. Don't worry too much about this. If you want to mess with this stuff right here, the specific instrument and the sound, you can. Okay. If not, I'm going to move on. I don't want to get too in depth at this. Okay. Because I'm sure some of you are like, oh, I'm bored. So, all right, moving on. Let's look at the actual track itself. Right here, you could change the name. Right when I put my mouse over it, you have the little bar for like typing and stuff. Click it, you could change the name. Okay, I'm gonna put cheesy. Okay, you have the picture. You could change. Oh no, you click the picture, it brings up the instrument. All right, got rid of the instrument. There you go. Click instrument again, it'll come back up. Click effects. Effects will come back up. Okay. Effects right here. It says what type of effects are added to the sound. This little menu right here, you can rename it. You can freeze the track so that so it doesn't work while you're playing everything else. You can change the color of the background of the waveform. You know, right now it's red. We can put blue. Preset. Don't worry too much about that yet. Okay, don't worry too much about that yet. Another one you want to check out is maybe duplicate tracks. So maybe you want to pan left and right of the same track. You can duplicate it. Now we have 2 cheesies. Okay. You know, I changed my mind. I don't want to do it. I don't want to duplicate. I'm just going to push delete on my computer. Delete deletes the wave first. Do it again. Okay, it didn't delete it. So I'm going to click the dots, delete the track. Okay. Something that's super, super, super important to know. This right here. This is undo. If you accidentally make a mistake and it messes up your song, hit undo. Okay, it'll take you back. Look at that. There's cheesy. There's cheesy number 2. If I hit undo again, and again, and again, oh, there's in the track. There's a waveform that I deleted. Okay, and then the other arrow is redo. Okay, look at undo, redo. Okay, take us back. Think of the undo as like saving in steps, and undo works with everything. Your Google Docs, you can undo. I think it is. Let's see. I think it's Alt-Z or Control-Z. I think Control-Z is undo on your guys' Chromebooks. For me, it's Command-Z. You do that. Try doing a... Well, let's see. I can probably do it on here. I have another computer here. My Chromebook, and my screen just turned off again. All right, let's see. I can tell you the answer right now. Let's see. I think it's Control-Z. Control-Z for you guys. Hold the control button on your keyboard, then push Z real quick and let go. And that is a hotkey to undo. That works with like everything. Ooh, I hit the mic. I'm getting too excited. It works with everything. It works on the studio computer. It works on your Chromebooks. It works on a desktop. Always remember, Control-Z. Or if you have a Mac, Command-Z. Okay? That's one of the, you just gotta know that, and you can use it with everything. Okay, you make a mistake, Control-Z, it'll bring it back. Okay, moving on. Let me redo. Okay, right here you have 2 little letters. You have M and you have S. M stands for mute. If I hit mute and then I push play, you don't hear nothing because the track is muted. If I push S, that means solo. That means you're only going to hear this track. And if you have other tracks, you're not going to hear it. Let's do a different track, okay? And now I'm going to show you how to record. That way I can show you how to do the solo. So, if I hit the record button or a hotkey, a fast way. And remember, hotkeys, learn them, know them, memorize them, okay? Know hotkeys because they make life so much easier. Instead of having to use your mouse to click everything, and then you're like, oh, okay, I gotta hurry up and find which key I want. Just push the R key and it will record. Okay? And as you can see, you have something called a count in. That's right here. See this little weird looking thing? It looks like an old school joystick from an arcade. That's called a metronome. It's a click track to help you stay in time. Okay? You can turn the metronome on. When it's blue, it's on. That means whenever I play or record, you're always going to hear that click. That will give you the downbeat. And it follows with what you see on the screen. 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Space bar plays your song from where the track header is. This little triangle with a big line is called a track header. Okay? Space bar will play your song and stop your song. If you push enter, it'll take you back. It's almost like pushing the back to the beginning button on the screen. These are all hotkeys to know. Okay? Hotkeys to know. If you push R, you got to count in, and then it records. How do I know it's recording? Look, I have this gray little wave following our track header. Spacebar stops. Okay? And I didn't record anything, so nothing changed. So watch. Let's see. Why is it not working now? I had the same problem in Soundtrap. Let's just record. Spacebar. There's the new thing that I recorded. Whenever you record MIDI instruments, when you record on top of something, like how I just did, I recorded over the and I added more to it, that instrument doesn't change. If I click this little waveform 2 times, look at my MIDI editor pops up. This is that note that I had before. I don't want that. Ooh, I just double clicked and it deleted. That's cool. I didn't want that. Control Z. Click it. It's highlighted. I'm going to push delete. It's gone. You can also highlight more than one thing. All I'm doing is I'm holding the button down and I'm dragging that box around stuff. It highlights it. Hit delete. It's gone. Now what do we got? Big empty space. Don't want that. Rewind it. Control Z. There it is. It's back. There's a wrong note in here somewhere. Oh, how can I fix that, Mr. C? Click the box that you want to fix. You can hear that note. Oh, I didn't want to delete it. Don't double click because it'll delete it. Click it and hold it. You can move it up everywhere. Put it in a different spot. Change the key. Everything. Okay? You can do that with multiple things too. Make that box around it. How am I doing the box again? You click and hold the little clicking part of your Chromebook. Move the mouse to drag a box. Okay? Let's record on this one now. There we go. Okay. I have this instrument started in a different spot. Why? Because I did not move the track header back to the beginning. Okay. If you move the track header back to the beginning, it'll record at the beginning. If you just wanted to record in a certain spot, move the track header right where you want it. Okay. I'm glad I made that mistake on purpose. Now let's start it over. I'm going to hit enter 2 times, take me all the way back to the beginning, or you can push the back to the beginning button. Hit the space bar to play it, or you can click play. Hotkeys are better. Hotkeys are better. Space. I got 2 instruments now. Cool. I don't want to hear cheesy copy anymore. I just want to hear instrument. So I'm going to hit either mute to not hear cheesy copy anymore. There we go. No more cheesy copy. Cool. I could also hit solo. I just want to hear instrument. I don't want to hear cheesy copy. Okay. So I'm going to hit solo. All I hear is instrument. Well, Mr. C, what's the difference between the 2 of them? Well, okay. Here's the difference. I'm going to copy this one, okay? And I'm going to edit this one, and I'm going to change the notes. Okay? I made the box, move these notes up higher. So now I got 2 different things, all right? So check this out. I'm going to take that off. Take it back to the beginning. Let's hear what we got. Nasty song. There we go. Okay, so check this out now. If I mute cheesy copy, now I'm just not hearing cheesy copy at all. But well, that freaked me out. All right, give me 1 second. I am apparently going a little bit longer than I planned. All right, so add more time. Sorry, guys. All right, that'll work. And okay, we're back. Mute. I hit mute. I won't hear cheesy copy. Let me turn the metronome off now. Okay, I still hear the other 2 instruments. All right. If I solo, I just want to hear the first instrument, not instrument copy. Now I only hear that 1 track. Solo is useful if you just want to listen to 1 track. Okay? Instead of having to go and mute everything else, just hit solo so you'll be able to hear just that 1 track. Okay? You won't have to go mute, mute, mute. Okay? So right here, like I said, you have the controls for the volume. I could turn the volume of this all the way up. I can make it louder. I can turn it all the way down. I can put it back to 0 where everything starts. 0.0 right there. Okay? Then you have your pan. You can edit the track. This little automation bar, we will get to that later. If you'd like to mess with it, I wouldn't recommend it yet. Wait until you learn how to do automation first. If you'd like to, you can. Okay? You can drop a loop or an audio file. We already have our loops. Remember I showed you loops? You have so many different things to pick from right here. Okay? And they organize them in a different cool way. I want to check out the Zulu porridge. Yeah, Zulu porridge. I saw this earlier. I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. So let's preview it. You push the little play button. All right. Okay. The little circle doesn't really do anything, I think. Let's add it. I'm going to click and hold it. I'm going to drag it right here where it says drop a loop. Now we got accordion jam hats. It's loading. I'm going to close the loops just so that we can see better. There we go. When I got the little hand, you don't want this, okay? That just moves the track header. Got the little hand, click it and hold it. You can move it to a different starting position. I want to start this on measure 2. See that? I can loop this particular loop. Okay, you see how it's in white? That just means right here it's starting over again. Okay, I can also extend or decrease the amount this track will play. That's the bottom one, the little square looking circle-y thingy in the arrows. Okay, I can make it shorter. Okay, then I can loop from that spot too. Okay, you see these white lines? That is right here. And then it'll keep going again, okay? Control Z. All right, let's hear what this track does. There we go. We made a terrible song, okay? All right, I don't like this instrument copy. I'm going to delete it. Delete track. Bam, there we go. Okay. All right. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to show you just to get started with this. Like I said, save your work constantly. Now that I have tracks, it will let me save. I don't want to save, okay? Remember, you can repeat by using the cycle. What if I want to just play a little bit? What if I wanted to just cycle a little bit? Come right here, take your mouse, see the little arrows? You can change the amount. You can even start it at a different spot. When you come in the middle, it changes to a 4-way arrow. Now you can move it around to the different measures. See that? Here's your master volume. Here, nothing. Put it at 0. Oh, well, it's close enough. Right here, this bar that's moving, you do not want it to be red. When it's red, it's peaking. That means there's too much, it's too loud, and it's going to mess up somebody's speakers if you were to bump it in the car. Keep it in the yellow, keep it in the green, okay? Try not to get red. If it's red, that means something is too loud. All right? All right, I don't need to hear that anymore. Okay, adding another track. You can do voice. I'm going to do voice, okay? It'll ask you, it'll say, BandLab wants to access your microphone. Allow. Okay, that way you can record. Mine is already allowed, I think. So I have voice mic. I'm going to turn my cycle off. Start at the beginning. And no, beginning. There we go. And record. Ready? Here we go. Yeah, Mr. C, the place to be. This is my beat. Yeah. Stop recording. Let's see. Okay, something I want to explain. I just soloed my voice track. Remember in the beginning of this video, I said there will be background noise. Because these headphones are connected to the video and not to wherever the BandLab thing is. I don't know where I'm going to be right now. It's picking up the sound and it's recording it along with it. You probably don't want that. Use headphones. Okay? If I were to plug these headphones into the computer that I'm using for BandLab, you would only hear my voice and you wouldn't hear the background noise and you wouldn't hear the sound coming from the speakers, okay? Any type of headphones, okay? As long as they work on your Chromebook, even if you can connect the Bluetooth fancy headphones that some of you guys have, that'll work. No. I don't know. Try it. You might have something called latency where the sound will lag. It won't match up with what you're doing, okay? Usually wired headphones would work the best. Okay, that's why I use wired headphones in my studio. I don't do that wireless stuff because I don't want that delay. I don't want my computer to be recording on beat 1 or beat 3 and I'm barely hearing beat 2 in my headphones. Okay, latency, that delay, that lag. You guys know what lag is. Y'all play video games. Okay, you don't want that lag. So usually wired headphones work the best when it comes to recording, okay? I think that's about it. BPM is wrong computer. BPM is beats per minute. That is the speed of your song. 120 beats per minute is the most common, okay? It's the most typical. If you decrease the BPMs, maybe take it to 90, which you can do anytime. You can type it in or you can scroll down. Yes, okay? It's going to slow your song down. If you increase the BPMs, it's going to make your song faster. The 4/4, I wouldn't mess with that just yet, okay? That's how many clicks you're going to hear before it changes measures. How many beats are in a measure? There's 4 beats in a measure. That's why you're hearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. If you change it to 3/4, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Okay. Back to the metronome. You can tap the tempo. Oh, that's cool. Click, 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 click. And it'll tell you the tempo based on your clicks. You can change the sound of the metronome. You can increase and decrease the volume. Count in. This is important. This is every time I've recorded, you get a certain amount of clicks before you see the track header start right here at the beginning. That's called a count in. You could turn the count in off, meaning right when you hit record, it's going to start recording. 1 bar or 2 bars. 1 bar is usually pretty good. Sometimes some people need 2 bars. Okay. Check it out. You'll see as soon as this is done, I'm going to hit record and you'll see the count in. Okay. And this is going to disappear. I'm going to start at the beginning. Check it out. See that count in? And then it started. Once again, let me undo. Watch for the count in. It's going to be right here. Okay? See that? That's a count in. That gives you 4 clicks before it starts. That is so helpful, and I recommend that you use it. But in some cases, you might not want to use the count in. How do you turn it off? Right here, this drop-down menu next to the metronome. Count in duration, off. 2 bars is going to give you 8 clicks. Okay? Bar, measure, same thing. 1 measure of clicks is 4 counts if we're in 4/4 time. If we're in 3, it's only going to give you 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to start. Okay? All right, cool. I'm glad that we got to apply a little bit of theory to this video using this. You're going to learn a lot more different theory. You're going to learn a lot. I'm very excited that we have access to this. This last little button right here that I didn't explain, this will cut your waveforms. These are waves. These are sound waves. See? Sound waves. MIDI, sound wave, MIDI. This is a sound wave too, because you can see the waveform. This is MIDI. You can see the blocks. Okay? You can split these in half. How? Move your track header where you want to split it, and then you hit the split button. What does that do? Well, I can move this around. I can make a copy. I can make a copy of it. There, now I instantly have a copy. Okay, I can, whatever, like, play with it, have fun. All right? Okay, this is Mr. C in the place to be, C Nation Studios, Irwin Academy. Have fun this weekend, and I will see you guys. The Zoom sessions will be posted on your Google Classroom. 4th grade, Google Class. 5th grade, Google Class. 6th grade. All right, have fun with this, and I will see you guys on Monday.
Getting in my car in the studio late night, getting on the car, getting on my studio, doing hydraulics in the desert with my car. Got everything I need, getting restarted. Yeah, I got my car sitting on the yellow, sitting on the floor, miking in it on my yellow. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, Rocky on that beat, number 1 to the feet.